1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Friha Hassan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister laid the foundation stone of first ever central business district in Lahore today, a commercial hub aimed at ensuring ease of doing business. Pakistan and Iraq have reaffirmed the mutual desire to further promote and solidify existing bilateral relations. Qatar will provide 3 million tons of liquefied natural gas for 10 years to Pakistan. Minister for Industries says Pakistan has made significant progress on the toughest action plan of Financial Action Task Force and country will come out of grey list by June this year. Foreign Office spokesperson has called for the need to implement 2003 ceasefire understanding between Pakistan and India in letter and spirit to save lives of people on both sides of the line of control. The Arab coalition fighting in Yemen destroyed 2 armed drones fired by the Houthi rebels towards Saudi Arabia today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan laid the foundation stone of the country's first ever central business district in Lahore today, a commercial hub aimed at ensuring ease of doing business. Addressing the ceremony, the Prime Minister said the project will generate activities worth 1,300 billion rupees in its first phase. He said with huge tenders involved, this project will witness a major takeoff in short span of time and also transform Lahore into a modern city. The Prime Minister said the environment-friendly and urban generation project will be carried out on vertical principles with construction of high-rise buildings. He stressed that vertical construction is the effective most solution for the management of big cities in order to accommodate maximum population. Imran Khan said the central business district would ensure environment-friendly policies with its unique features of botanical gardens and green spaces. Pakistan and Iraq have reaffirmed the mutual desire to further promote and solidify existing bilateral relations. The understanding to this effect reached during the meeting of Iraqi Defense Minister Juma Inad Sadoun with Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi in Islamabad today. Stressing the need for frequent high-level exchanges between the two countries, Shah Mahmood Qureshi hoped that the visit of Iraqi Defense Minister will help diversify and deepen collaboration between the two countries in the fields of defense and defense production. They also exchanged views on the regional situation. The Foreign Minister reiterated Pakistan's support for sovereignty, political unity, and territorial integrity of Iraq. The Iraqi Defense Minister is on a 4-day visit to Pakistan. Iraqi Defense Minister Juma Inad Sadoun Khatab al-Jiburi also called on Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee General Nadeem Raza in Rawalpindi today and discussed matters pertaining to further strengthening of security and defense cooperation between the two countries. Both sides also deliberated upon prevailing international and regional security environment. The Iraqi Defense Minister lauded the professionalism of Pakistan Armed Forces and acknowledged their sacrifices in fight against terrorism. Qatar will provide Pakistan 3 million tons of liquefied natural gas for 10 years as the two countries entered into an agreement in Islamabad today. Prime Minister Imran Khan also witnessed the signing of agreement. Special Assistant on Petroleum Nadeem Babar says the 10-year LNG contract signed with Qatar is 31% cheaper as compared to the previous agreements. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said it is the lowest publicly disclosed LNG contract in terms of price in the world. He said under this agreement, Pakistan will receive 2 LNG ships on average per month, and in a period of 3 years, the number of ships will increase to 4. Nadeem Babar said the agreement will be effective from January next year. However, there is a provision that the country can get the LNG by the end of this year. Minister of Industries and Production Hamad Azhar says Pakistan has made significant progress on the toughest action plan of Financial Action Task Force and country will come out of grey list by June this year. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan has so far completed compliance of 24 out of 27 action points of the FATF. Hamad Azhar said the FATF also admitted that around 90% progress is achieved by Pakistan. To a question, he said India tried to politicize the issue at FATF forum to push Pakistan towards blacklisting, but it miserably failed and got exposed itself. This is Radio Pakistan. The National Assembly was informed today that the government has taken notice of the killing of 4 women in North Waziristan and the report of the Interior Ministry on this incident will be shared with the House. This was stated by Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Ali Muhammad Khan while responding to the points of various members regarding the incident in the National Assembly today. He said the security forces and people of the country have rendered immense sacrifices in the fight against terrorism and the entire country is united against this menace. Earlier, members of the House strongly condemned the Waziristan incident, saying they stand by the tribal people. They also demanded Shuhada package for the bereaved families. Security forces have killed terrorist commander Nuristan Ilyas Hassan Baba during an intelligence-based operation in Tiarza area of South Waziristan. According to the ISPR, the terrorist commander was IED expert and master trainer who was involved in martyrdom of more than 50 security forces personnel since 2007. Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry has called for the need to implement 2003 ceasefire understanding between Pakistan and India in letter and spirit to save lives on both sides of the line of control. Responding to a question during his weekly news briefing in Islamabad this afternoon, he said Pakistan is very concerned over loss of precious human lives of the people of Kashmir and their property on both sides of the LOC. He said Pakistan always gives a measured response to Indian ceasefire violations in view of protecting lives of innocent Kashmiris. He said respecting the ceasefire understanding of 2003 will help save Kashmiris' lives. Chairman Parliamentary Committee on Kashmir Shahriyar Khan Afridi says the entire Pakistani nation stands by the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir in their just struggle for right to self-determination. Addressing a seminar in Multan today, he said Muslims are facing worst kind of oppression in India as they are being forced to convert to Hinduism. Shahriyar Afridi said sanctions should be imposed on India for its demographic terrorism in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Hurriyat leaders have welcomed the agreement between Pakistan and India for strict observance of all agreements, understandings and ceasefire along line of control and all other sectors. In their separate statements, they said it is a move in the right direction which will provide huge relief to the people living under constant threat along LOC. They urged Narendra Modi-led fascist Indian government to give up its intransigence and take steps to this effect. The Arab coalition fighting in Yemen intercepted and destroyed 2 armed drones fired by the Houthi rebels towards Khamis Mashayat region of Saudi Arabia today. The coalition's spokesperson, General Turki al-Maliki, said joint coalition forces intercepted and destroyed 2 bomb-laden UAV, one after another, launched systematically to target civilians and civilian objects. And now, cricket. In Pakistan Super League in Karachi against Lahore Qalandars, Multan Sultans chasing the target of 158 runs were 122 for 2 in 12.2 overs a short while ago. Earlier, batting first, Lahore Qalandars scored 157 for the loss of 6 wickets. The second match will be played between Peshawar Zilme and Quetta Gladiators at 8 p.m. And finally, the weather. Cloudy weather with rain, thunderstorm, and snowfall over the hills is expected in Upper Punjab, Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Kashmir during the next 24 hours. However, cold and dry weather is likely to prevail in other parts of the country. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.